Good morning, YouTube. Today is Tuesday, February 4th. Boys, the news cycle has increased by like 100x. What's going on? We got a lot to talk about.
Good morning.
Good morning. It is, it's a revolving door over there at Fox News, CNN, wherever you seem to watch.
You literally have to keep the news on all day so you don't miss anything right now. But we're here for you. If you can't do that, AM Chatter is going to be your financial news update, because it seems like at least the first 100 days of this presidency, we better buckle up, because there is news coming left and right. Things we didn't know existed, things we're becoming experts on overnight. Holy cow.
No, it's been crazy. I mean, I'm sure people follow the stock market, what's been going on the wild rides with the tariffs. There's been a whole lot of stuff happening over the last week, and it's simply been all good for mortgage rates.
And Tom
it's kind
said
of amazing. It's kind of amazing to find out where all of our tax dollars are actually going. It is amazing.
It's pretty crazy. And Tom said that T word, the word that is a bad word. No one really knows what, I mean, we obviously know a tariff, what the definition is, but it seems like online, everyone became a tariff expert overnight. I'm going to let the experts worry about the tariffs. All I know is I like someone caring about America more than the rest of the world first. And like Amp said, let's figure out where our tax dollars are going, because those paychecks these days, man, oh man, that net to gross is not very fun.
No, it's rough. And to be honest, I'd rather tax other people than get taxed ourselves. I mean, somebody's going to get taxed. Might as well tax somebody else. I don't know anybody that likes paying taxes. If you do, give me a holler today about 9 o'clock. We'll talk things through.
Yeah, if the decision is tax the rest of the world or tax American citizens, let's go for the rest of the world, please, Alex, and try that method out. So yes, tariffs are here. You're going to hear about them. Seems like this president likes to use them as a negotiating tactic. We heard about tariffs all weekend, and then yesterday, Canada and Mexico both come to agreement where now no tariffs are going in place for at least 30 days. So we'll see what's going there.
And also, it was Venezuela right before that, too. I mean, they caved to the tariff first, and they're going to take back their gang members that illegally came into the country. So
absolutely,
it's kind of crazy how these tariffs are working and how an economic strategy can be used for the rest of the world for everything else.
Again, we're a very big country. Everyone tries to compare us to individual countries around the world. Most individual countries around the world are states in comparison. Okay. We're a very big country. We buy a crap load of goods that we have just been very so nicely letting them all in our country for all of us to buy. So frankly, we'll see how it works. We're a very big nation that spends a lot of money. That's why these tariffs work. In our sector, guys, yesterday, this was coming. It was going to happen. The head of the CFPB was fired by President Trump yesterday, and now the Treasury Secretary has taken over control for the short term. The Treasury Secretary told all CFPB employees to stop working yesterday, to not continue with any of what they're looking into, if they're fining people, if they're looking at regulations. So on our side of things, we have to see what shakes out there, because frankly, we don't want it to be the wild, wild west again, right? We definitely want to see some regulations, but we don't want to be over-regulated. So this is going to be very interesting for the financial world, what happens to the CFPB.
Yeah, I think this is just the beginning of the whole thing. There's a lot of things that they got to conquer. I mean, just this to start, and then moving on to crypto and how that's going to affect everything as well, moving down the line. There's just a lot of things that these new financial people that are going to get involved have to overcome. A lot of what ifs, a lot of unknowns too. So we're just all hopeful it goes in the right direction.
But again, a lot of these items can affect long-term interest rates. A lot of these items can affect housing. So you're going to see housing, mortgage, interest rates in the news here in the next couple months. And you got to pay attention, because rates are moving every day. We're trying to give you guys updated information. Like Tom said, we were up to about 7.25 a few weeks ago at our highest rates, and now we're back down to about 6.5, 6.99 APR there. So you're gonna have to pay attention because rates are, I mean, within a 30-day period, can move up to 0.5% right now, which is pretty crazy. So keep an eye on it. Tune into AM Chatter. We're here to give you all the updates. Another item that's going to be affecting rates is inflation. Me personally believe the only entity that can cause inflation is the government. So if we hear all this talk about lowering government spending, I personally feel we will see inflation coming down, and that will help out across the board. That's just my own personal opinion. I listen to Milton Friedman. He's my economist of choice, and that's what he believes, and I believe that as well.
No, and I do think that is going to happen. I mean, they already hit the pause on the Fed rate hikes, or rate decreases, I should say. They did that last week. So, they're already starting those movements to stabilize it. The economy, I saw yesterday that the inflation is nearing 2%, which was the ultimate goal, that we set out for 3 years ago. So, as we approach that 2%, I do think that, the inflation goes down without spending, and you're hearing all these cuts right now. It just all makes sense.
Man, Anthony, Tom is hitting all the key words today: tariffs and Fed. I mean, he is all over it this morning. But yeah, I mean, the media wants to cause this big rift between the president and Fed Chair Powell, where I believe it was Saturday night, the president was asked about interest rates, and he said he agreed with what the Fed did on pausing. So as much as we've given the Fed a lot of crap, Ant, it seems like they got a fairly good hold on things right now.
Yeah, I mean, they know what they're doing. I mean, the inflation has to come down, for, a better economy, right? So bring prices down, et cetera. But, like Tom said, you can't lower inflation if the government still spends billions and billions of dollars. I mean, you're raising costs for goods for consumers, but you're still spending XYZ over here. It's counterproductive. It's not really going to work. So essentially what we're seeing is the new government is cutting the fat. They're finding out where all this money is. They're stopping that spending, saving billions of dollars. It's going to be overall beneficial for all markets. I believe we're going to see throughout the year. So, I mean, like you said, if inflation comes down, rates are going to come down. That's going to help the real estate market. That's what we want to see.
Yep.
Real estate market to be beneficial.
Now, none of us expect rates to be 3, 4, 5% this year. Okay, guys, they're not going to move drastically. They may come down a little bit. We've been saying this. They've been floating in the 6s for 2 years now. So again, stop waiting for rates to come down because housing prices are continuing to rise. Interest rates are not coming down. Rates in rents, the rate of rent is continuing. It's silly thinking to think you're going to wait for rates to come down to not buy a house. We got great programs. If you really want the lower rate to make it more affordable, we can help with that. But don't just say you're not going to buy because you're waiting for interest rates to come down.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. You're just going to get run over.
And we do have more news coming this week. So at the beginning of the week, the major news was going to be the unemployment and the jobs report on Friday. But with this new administration getting to Friday, we might have 30 other things before that jobs report and unemployment. But that is coming Friday. That could be a big termination. Again, any financial report that comes out, whether it's inflation, whether it's jobs, whether it's unemployment, all those reports are going to have direct factors against mortgage interest rates. And that's why we're here to keep you up to date. That's all I got today. You boys have anything to finish up with?
No, if you want to come join my Mortgage 101 class today in Cranberry, I'll be holding that at 4 p.m. So come on up to the office. Come hang out.
Which Cranberry office, Tommy?
I'm going to do the Cranberry on Parkwood.
Very nice.
down the road. So everybody all is invited. Yeah, more the merrier.
There you go. Come if you want to learn about mortgages, go see Tommy tonight, Cranberry, 4 p.m. Anthony, how about you?
Yeah, I'm not doing a training today, but yeah, if you guys need anything, give one of us a call.
See you boys Friday for that jobs report.
See you guys.